I have gotten so many things finished. You want to see them? Okay, so first let's start with the lovely Fluff Around and Find Out sweater pattern by Macdi Conley, and that is her Instagram, I believe, and she is on YouTube as Made by Mac, so be sure to go over and subscribe to her channel, follow her on Instagram. This is the sweater that I tested for her. The pattern came out 2 days ago, so it came out on Friday. If I'm getting this uploaded on Sunday night, I'm hoping to, but I've been having some technical difficulties, so we'll cross our fingers that I can get that done. Okay, so I love this sweater. I love this yarn, worsted weight. It's actually the I Love This Yarn print, and this one is Fruit Salad. It reminds me of like Funfetti birthday cake. It's so pretty. This is so comfy. It is very, hopefully you'll be able to see this if I don't trip and fall. But it is, or I'll fall back on my chair, oh my goodness. I'm very clumsy. My nickname is Grace. Anyway, this is very cozy, oversized. When I started making it, I think I was more this size when I made it, but I've lost some weight recently, so it's got a little more give than I expected. And then the yarn I used ends up being like really heavy, which I personally like the way it turned out. I love how drapey it is. It's actually not too heavy, so I like it, but I am going to attempt to make another one with loops and thread yarn, which I got recently. Very excited about it. This may or may not be it. I don't know if I'm going to use this color. I thought I had gotten a different color, and then I must have gone back. I did. I went back and got a different color, but this is the yarn that I'm going to use. It's the Loops and Threads Ombre Hues polyester blend. I think I showed this in another video, so if you want those details, please go check that out. But this is like a light 3, and it's very airy, very lightweight, and I think the original intended design of this sweater was made with something similar like this. It was made with Scarfy yarn, I believe, which I think that this yarn right here would be closer than the regular worsted weight I used. I do like this option though, because it's easy to care for, machine washable, all that good stuff. So I am very happy with the way this turned out. I've been busy finishing my Totoro. I'm so happy that I finished him. I'm so happy with the way he turned out. He is just, he's been haunting me. This whip has been haunting me for over 10 years. It's just one that it didn't take long to make him when I was working on him, even though the stitches are small and tight. But he was just never what I picked up, and I don't know why. I just wasn't motivated to finish him. But I love Totoro and I love Studio Ghibli, so I don't know why I wasn't motivated to finish him, but he is just the cutest darn thing. And I'm just glad that I finished him. I will put all of the pattern details in the description so you can see all of that, because I can't remember everything off the top of my head, and I have a terrible memory. But he's so cute. I finished him. He's just the best thing ever. I was tempted to keep him as a potato, but I'm glad that I finished him. And if you check out my short reel, you will see a video starring him as the main character, And he's cute, so check that out. Yeah, I'm just very proud and happy that I finished him. So now all of my other whips are reasonably old, unless there's something out there that I can't remember I have or was working on. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put him. I'm probably going to put him on display in here so I can look at him always. Where he'll go, I don't know. Okay, this chair is squeaky now. This chair is squeaky now that I leaned back in it and almost fell. Anyway, so you also may have seen this lovely guy. It's a guy. It's a little boy, and this girl that I work with, I told her that I had made him. I showed him pictures, and so I was like, I love him. He needs a name. So since he is an egg, he's an Easter egg, he will be Benedict. I think that's his name. I love him. He reminds me of a Squishmallow. I love Squishmallows. As you can see, I have one right there. I have several others. I don't know exactly where they are, but so I tested a pattern for somebody, and I hope this thing's not in the way either. Oh well. I tested a pattern for Jenny. See, and this is why the pattern information needs to go below, because I've talked to her like every day that I was testing this pattern, and for some reason, in my spare time crochet, I believe, is her Instagram. Yes, that's it. I was gonna say my memory is terrible, but she designed this pattern. I love this pattern. It is so beginner friendly. You get to learn some basic stitches, and this works up very quickly, and you get something so super cute in the end. So I highly recommend doing this pattern as a beginner. There's a couple of options. The pattern name is actually Ester the Easter Egg, and you have options to make just the egg, which this is basically what I did, but I call it an Easter egg because of the colors. But you can also do one that's got like this chocolate coating on half of it, and then like this like half of it kind of looks like a shell. So I'm going to make another one, and I have what's it called? The Premier Just Chanel yarn from Dollar Tree, and I've got yellow and white. So I want to make one that looks more like an egg with the shell. Yeah, but this I made out of Bernat Baby Blanket yarn, Bernat Baby Blanket frosting yarn. I got that at Joann Fabrics. I did get it on sale. It was on sale. And I still have quite a bit of it left. I'm not sure what I'll use with the rest of it, but it's so soft. It works up great. I had to frog a little bit when I first got started, and it frogged really well. It didn't fall apart, so I'm really happy about that. And so you want to stuff this tight so that you get the right shape. And then I added safety eyes and some white on the sides to make those eyes pop. And then I had some glittery peachy pink I would use for the cheeks. And then just black yarn for the smile and the lashes. And then on the safety eyes, I used a white Posca paint pen to add some highlights. And now he's just so kawaii cute. I love him. And he will probably also go on display in here. I don't know where, but he's gotta go in here somewhere. I'm not giving him away. I'm keeping him, and he smells so good. So my favorite scent booster is the bluish green kind from Dollar Tree. I love Dollar Tree. And he's got scent booster in him. So I couldn't find any like rattle things, like a cat toy with the little bell, because that's what was recommended to put inside to make it a little rattle. Couldn't find that, so I used scent booster and put it inside an Easter egg, like the plastic Easter egg, and I put 3 of those in here. And so the Easter eggs have tiny little holes, so every time you shake it, the scent comes out of that. I don't know how long it'll last. There's a lot in there. I don't know how long it'll last, but oh my gosh. He's like a multi-sensory experience. Benedict is. I love him. He makes me so happy. And he's so soft. He'd make a good neck pillow. But I'm just very happy with the way he turned out. So now I have both of these guys. And one more. My goal was to finish, well, this pattern test came up. It was so cute. I was like, I have to do that one. But I was also in the mood to finish some projects that have been hanging out for far too long. So I told you about this lizard that I was making for my daughter. And I looked at an old Instagram post, and this thing is from 2022, like September of 22. I had started this, maybe even sooner, I don't know, but the post was from 22. So I'm like, man, that's older than a year. I thought it was like less than a year, but it was a whole year. So I'm glad to have finished this one, and it didn't take me long to finish it. I just needed to sit down and do it. So this guy ended up kind of funny looking. She likes him okay, so we're going with it. I will include the pattern details in the description like all the rest. So I used some safety eyes on him, and I think his head kind of looks more like a turtle than a lizard, maybe? I don't know. And I used such a large hook. This is the first thing I've made with like blanket yarn, and this is Bernat blanket as well. The tweed, maybe? I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I can't remember. But I love the multicolors. It was perfect for this, I thought. But anyway, I used too big of a hook so you can kind of see like the stuffing. She's okay with it. The stuffing's not coming out, so it's okay, but I was trying to make it as big as possible from the pattern I had. But I probably should have doubled up the yarn, and I didn't realize at the time that I would have plenty of yarn to do that, and I did have plenty of yarn to do that, but it was too late. I was already almost done with it. So she's okay with it. We're going with it. This is not my favorite thing I've ever made. I am happy that I got it done. I learned a lot when I made it, and I learned a lot about the chunky yarn because I don't use a lot of chunky yarn. So all in all, I'm happy with the result because I learned a lot and she's happy with it. It's a very basic design. He's got a huge head. He's cute though. When I sewed the legs on, I ended up sewing the back legs on first, and for some reason I put them right in the middle of his body. So then his front legs are so far up. So I wish I would have pulled those back a little bit, but oh well. He's cute. And I think I might need to add some highlights to his eyes because I finished him before Benedict, and I'm thinking that those highlights on the eyes are just too cute not to do on just about all of these. Man, I think I broke my chair when I did that. It never used to squeak. Okay, so this is, I believe, all I have for right now. Okay, so I'm getting closer to 500 subscribers. I thank you all so very much for subscribing. I love hearing from you guys. Whenever I get a comment, I'm so excited because I love connecting with y'all. So with me being close to 500, remember, I'm going to do a giveaway when we hit 500. Hopefully sooner rather than later because I'm really excited and ready to go yarn shopping. I have done a few small yarn hauls here and there. I did show you my yarn haul from the online auction, and then there were a few things that I had gotten at like a local yarn shop. So you've already seen that video. If you haven't, go check that one out. That one's from a couple weeks ago, I believe. And then I have this bucket back here of just wonderful squishiness that's waiting for its debut on camera. There's, I did hit another local yarn shop in Indy, and it was a nice little shop, and they had some great yarn, some stuff I've never seen before. I did have to be choosy because remember that yarn diet I'm on, and much like a food diet, I'm not great at diets, so that's why I have more yarn to show you. But there's been, you know, the good sales at Joann Michaels, Hobby Lobby. Well, Hobby Lobby always, every other week, but the other two have had some decent sales and some new yarns come out, and I don't do well with temptation, so I did snag a few of those with intentions to use them for specific things, which then meets my criteria for allowing myself to purchase the yarn because I have a plan for it instead of just throwing it in my stash. But oh my goodness, don't you just love having that yarn and staring at the squishiness and just dreaming of the possibilities? And I just love all the colors. And anyway, I love yarn. So that will be another video, hopefully pretty soon. And I do have a few other projects that I've started. Since I've finished a few, then I have ended up, oh, there was another thing I need to show you that I sort of finished. I just have to weave in the ends. But since I finished several things, I have put a few things on the needles, on the hook, and I'm trying my hand at like a tapestry type thing. Writing a pattern for that, so we'll see how it goes. So far it seems to be okay. I haven't been able to spend too much time with it yet, so hopefully this week I can dive into that a little more. I'm really excited about what I'm making. I'm going to be giving it to my daughter for her to hang in her room, and it's yet another thing I'm learning a lot about. So that's kind of what 2024 is, you know, I know the basics and a little more than basics on crochet, but I'm ready to expand and just try things I've never tried before and just get better at some of those things. Because I'm not in grad school anymore and I feel like I can breathe. So aside from, you know, spending time with God and dedicating everything I do to Him, first and foremost, I want to dive more into this hobby. You know, I call it a hobby, but I feel like it's kind of taken over my life in a good way. I love it. It makes me so happy. But now the balance comes with, how do I glorify God in everything that I'm doing? So, yeah, so that's something I'm praying about. Yeah, not sure where that's going to go, but I feel like He's given me this time to do this and this talent to be able to do this, to hopefully be a light to others. So I want to see what I can do with that. But I do want to show you this. I'm hoping my coworkers don't watch this. If they do, I won't say which one this is for, but we have our birthday boxes, and so I've been giving out those coupons, and one of them had wanted a scarf. And so 2024 is the year of trying new things, and the corner to corner, which I've seen people do all the time and make such gorgeous things with it. I love the texture of the stitch. So I finally tried it myself, and I made a corner to corner scarf. And I made this out of Mandala Ombre, I think it's so pretty. I love how it stripes up diagonally with the corner to corner. It's so pretty. And I'm gonna make a little ear warmer to match it. I'm not quite sure how that's gonna end up, but I don't know if I'll do it straight across or do a little twisty, or I'm not sure yet, but I'm very excited about this. I think the colors are very pretty, and I hope that she'll like it. And I just need to weave in these ends and then make the ear warmer to match, and then this gift will be finished. but I just love the texture that you get with the stitch. And then with this, I don't know what you would call this, maybe like a brushed kind of finish on the yarn, the coloring, where it's not completely saturated with the color, and you've got some of the white coming out. I think it gives it even more texture and detail, so I really like how this worked up in this stitch. So I'll probably in the future, like if I need to make a throw or a blanket, we'll probably do this stitch, and if not the mandala ombre, at least something similar that's got the color changes, and maybe a little something more with the color of the, like the texture of the, I don't know what I'm trying to explain, but something very similar to that, if not that type of yarn, because I think that looks great because it gives it a little something without being too much for the stitch. So, and I love that it's just like double crochets. I mean, that's just awesome. The only thing that would make it better if it was half doubles, because for some reason I can do that one in my sleep a lot better than singles or doubles. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm kind of on an amigurumi kick, so maybe we'll see some more of that later. Actually, when I leave here, I still need to fix this guy, but I just got some yarn today from Michael's, and I'm going to make some more of these froggies and hopefully just set them out for people to set them out in public, and people can have them. They can randomly have a frog with a butt. I still don't know if I'm allowed to say that. But it's green yarn. I'm excited about it, and I hope that it turns out great, just like this one did before it was eaten by my dog. Yeah, so I'm hoping to at least make one of those tonight. I never have like really gotten into the amigurumi, but these have inspired me and motivated me to make cute things. So Totoro, Benedict, and the nameless iguana lizard that looks like a turtle, and I wish you a good evening or day. Bye!